Welcome dear students. Today we are going to learn our second chapter from Mathematics 2, which is Pythagoras theorem. Now here first of all we are going to learn the statement of Pythagoras theorem. In 7th standard you have studied the statement of Pythagoras theorem that in a right angle triangle the hypotenuse square is equal to the sum of squares of remaining two sides. Now on blackboard I have taken a small figure. Triangle PQR is given in which angle Q is of 90 degree. This thing is most important when you are given a right angle triangle. Observe first of all which angle is of 90 degree. Now in given triangle, PQR, angle PQR is equal to 90 degree. This is one of the important formality that when you are going to apply Pythagoras theorem for any right angle triangle, write down first of all which angle is of 90 degree. Now I am going to write the mathematical form of the theorem that hypotenuse square, that means PR square. Actually we are going to think about the length, but in 9th standard you have studied that length PR is equal to distance PR, that is equal to PR. That means that PR denotes the length of the segment PR. Now PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. In your exam, you will get simple example for 1 mark or 2 marks example where one or two sides of any right angle triangle are given and you are going to determine the remaining third sides. Sometimes you are going to find out hypotenuse, sometimes you are going to find out two perpendicular, any one of the two perpendicular sides given. Now when you are going to find out length of hypotenuse, write hypotenuse square on left side. When you are going to find out any one side from this perpendicular sides, write this addition is on left side. You can write and change the positions of this addition and this expression. Now the second point is when three natural numbers are said to be Pythagorean triplet. Now I have taken one triplet of natural numbers and I am going to determine that the given triplet is Pythagorean triplet or not. Observe the given numbers 3, 5 and 4. From these three given numbers, 5 is the largest number. Take that largest number and take square of that largest number. 5 square is equal to 25. This is my statement number 1. Now take the sum of squares of remaining two sides and therefore 3 square plus 4 square. 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16 and the addition is 25. This is my statement number 2. Now from 1 and 2, what is my conclusion? I can write as therefore, from 1 and 2, 5 square is equal to 3 square plus 4 square. That means the largest side square is equal to the sum of squares of remaining two sides. Since both the sides are equal, my conclusion is therefore these three given numbers, that means 3, 5 and 4 is a Pythagorean triplet. Now, in your exam, you will get 1 or 2 mark example where three natural numbers are given and you are going to determine that whether the given numbers are Pythagorean triplet or not. Now, we are going to revise two important theorems which we have already completed in 9th standard. That is the theorems which are related with right angle triangle. The first one is 30, 60, 90 degree theorem and the second one is 45, 45, 90 degree theorem. I will explain the statements of both the theorems and you are having the application of both the theorems in your next exercise, that is exercise 2.1. You are going to solve some examples based on both the theorems. Now, first of all, we will revise the statement of the theorem, that is 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree theorem. You are well known about this, that when in a right angle triangle, two acute angle triangles are of the measure 30 degree and 60 degree, that particular right angle triangle is said to be of 30, 60 and 90 degree. I am going to take one of the figure, that is, suppose this is triangle A, B and C, where angle B is 90 degree, angle A is of 30 degree and angle C is of 60 degree. When in a right angle triangles, these two acute angles are of measure 30 degree and 60 degree, that particular right angle triangle is said to be of the measure 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree theorem. Now, what is the statement of the theorem? In 9th standard, you have studied that. We are going to revise only the statement. Now, first of all, in this theorem, we are going to determine the length of the side which is opposite to angle 30 degree. Now, observe the figure. The side opposite to 30 degree is side BC. 30 degree, BC is the opposite side. When you are going to determine length BC, it is exactly half of the hypotenuse. Now in this figure, the hypotenuse is AC, and therefore my conclusion is BC is equal to 1/2 of AC. Now simple example is given. If suppose the hypotenuse AC is given as 10 units, then you can easily write that BC is equal to 1/2 of 10 and half of 10 is equal to 5, and then you will get length of BC as 5 units. Now second thing, also you can determine the length of the segment which is opposite to the angle 60 degree. Now here observe the side length AB or side AB is opposite to 60 degree. Now here side AB is equal to root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. Now these are the most important conclusion of 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree theorem, that when the right angle is of the type 30, 60, 90, the side opposite to 30 degree is half of the hypo and side opposite to 60 degree is root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. Now let us revise the next theorem, which is said to be 45, 45, 90 degree theorem. I will take the next figure, or we will write the same theorem here. Second theorem, revise that theorem. Now, statement of the second theorem. In 9th standard, you have studied about this theorem also, which is said to be 45, 45, 90 degree theorem. Now, I am going to take simple figure which they have given in our textbook. They have given triangle X, Y and Z, where angle X is of 90 degree and angle Y and Z both are congruent, that is two equal parts of 90 degree, that is 45 degree each. Now the application of this is that angles are congruent, the sides opposite to them are congruent to each other. This is our first conclusion, and therefore we can write that length xy is equal to xz. Now what is the relationship between these two lengths and the hypotenuse? Now it is 1 upon root 2 times the hypotenuse, that is yz. Now this application is also very important. Examples related with a square, where the side of square is given, side of diagonal is asked. Sometimes the diagonal of square is given and side of square is asked. Students, now we are going to learn important property related with similarity and right angle triangle. In a right angle triangle, the altitude on the hypotenuse, due to this altitude, we will get three different triangles and all the three triangles are right angle triangles. Then those two smaller triangles are similar to the bigger triangle, as well as those two triangles are similar to each other. Now observe the figure on blackboard. The bigger triangle is triangle A, B and C, in which angle ABC is of 90 degree. The altitude BD is on hypotenuse AC, that is segment BD is perpendicular on segment AC, and due to this altitude, the bigger triangle ABC is divided into two parts, that is triangle ADB as well as triangle BD and C. Now our result is, we are going to prove that these smaller triangles are similar to the bigger triangle ABC, as well as those two triangles are similar to each other. Now there are three steps. Here you are going to prove that triangle. Now how to write a one-to-one correspondence, I will show you. Start from this point A. ADB is the first smaller triangle. A, D and B is the first smaller triangle. This triangle is similar to triangle A, B and C. Now I am going to write the second smaller triangle, that is, again start from point B, B, D and C. Triangle BDC. We are going to show that this triangle is also similar to bigger triangle ABC. And at the third stage, by property of transitivity, triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC. Now we are going to think first part, that in triangle ADB, in triangle ADB and triangle ABC. Observe the two figures. First one is triangle ADB. Second one is triangle ABC. In these two triangles, one pair of angle is already congruent to each other. Angle B is of 90 degree as well as angle B is of 90 degree. Also, in these two triangles, one angle is common, that is angle A is common to both the triangles, and these two triangles are similar to each other by a test of similarity. No one will ask you this proof of the theorem, but I am going to write in short. First one, angle ADB is congruent to angle ABC. Each 90 is the reason. Since the perpendicular and 90 degree is given, angle A is congruent to angle A. The reason is common angle, and therefore triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC by a test of similarity. Similarly, we are going to prove the second pair also. Observe the second pair. Here, the smaller triangle is triangle BDC and the bigger triangle is triangle ABC. Now observe the figure. Here also angle D and angle B each 90 degree. Angle BDC is congruent to angle ABC each 90 degree. Also, if I take these two triangles, then this angle C is common to both. Bigger triangle ABC, C is angle of the bigger triangle, as well as triangle BDC. Here angle C is the common angle, and therefore this pair is also similar to each other, that BDC, triangle BDC is also similar to triangle ABC by a test of similarity. Now, we have already learned the property of transitivity, that first triangle is similar to the second one. Also, second one is similar to the third one. At that time, the two triangles must be similar to each other. And by property of transitivity, here our next and the final conclusion is that both the triangles are also similar to each other. Now, this is the most important property related with similarity and right angle triangle. Now I will draw another figure and we will write all the names of all the three triangles. Observe the figure on blackboard. If you are able to write these names of the triangles with exact one-to-one correspondence, then well, it is very easy for you. Now I will change the position of the side, that I have taken the triangle like this. I will change the names also. Suppose this is triangle P, Q and R, and QS is the altitude on the hypotenuse. This angle Q is of 90 degree. Now here in triangle PQR, angle PQR is equal to 90 degree. Now I am going to write the one-to-one correspondence. Now write down the name of the bigger triangle, triangle PQR. It is similar to, since I have started from point P, again start from P, this point is PSQ, triangle PSQ is the smaller triangle. Again start from Q, QSR, similar to triangle QSR. If you are able to write this one-to-one correspondence, then you will get very easy to determine also the proof of Pythagoras theorem. Now, again, we are going to learn important theorem which is said to be theorem of geometric mean. Now draw another figures, give names and try to write exact one-to-one correspondence of these triangles. Now the next and important topic is theorem of geometric mean. I am going to take the same figure which is given in our textbook. They have given a right angle triangle. If in a right angle triangle, altitude is given on hypotenuse, then that altitude is said to be the geometric mean of the segment in which the hypotenuse is divided. Now in triangle P, Q and R, angle Q is of 90 degree as well as QS is the perpendicular on hypotenuse PR. Now in this case we will get QS square is equal to PS into XR. This is what we are going to prove. First of all, we are going to write the given in triangle PQR, angle PQR is equal to 90 degree as well as segment QS is perpendicular on segment PR or hypotenuse PR. At that time, you are going to prove that QS square is equal to PS into SR. That is, if I want to tell their property in words, this QS is said to be geometric mean of the segments in which the hypotenuse is divided. Now observe the figure on blackboard. Here I can apply, just now we have completed important property related with similarity in right angle triangles. If I can write the proof here, we are going to write that in triangle PQR, angle PQR is equal to 90 degree. This is given, and segment QS is perpendicular on segment PR, and therefore we will get three triangles similar to each other. From those three triangles, I am going to write the smaller pair, that is start from R. Triangle RSQ is similar to triangle QSP. R S Q Q S P. When you are going to write the one-to-one correspondence, start from the point where you have started the bigger triangle, come to this, again go here and make a sign of perpendicularity. When you are going to write that perpendicular, the sign is this. Start from this 1, 2, 3, again 1, 2 and 3, and this, if you write the exact one-to-one correspondence, you will get the sides exactly. Now here I want SQ square. Now here SQ is here and here QS is in the point. First two sides are, first 2 points are QS, and therefore I can write RS in upon QS is equal to SQ upon SP or PS, and therefore QS is SQ. Next step, QS square is equal to QS square is equal to RS multiplied by SP, and that is what you are going to prove, that instead of RS I am going to write SR, and instead of SP I am going to write PS, and therefore here we have proved the theorem of geometric mean. Many times simple examples of 2 marks are asked based on this theorem, where they will give you the length of SRS, suppose 9, and length of SPS 4, and at that time find out QS. Here both the numbers are mostly 99%, these lengths are given as perfect square. If we substitute the values, we will get QS square is equal to SP into SR or RS, which is equal to 4 into 9, taking square roots. At this stage, QS is equal to 2 into 3, and therefore length of QS is equal to 6. Generally, they will give you the numbers which are perfect squares. Now here we have completed the proof of theorem of geometric mean. Students, now we are going to learn the proof of Pythagoras theorem. Now observe the figure on blackboard. We have taken a small right angle triangle ABC where angle B is of 90 degree. Now I am going to write the given thing. In triangle ABC, angle ABC is of 90 degree. Now we are going to prove the mathematical form of Pythagoras theorem, that is hypotenuse square AC square is equal to the sum of squares of remaining two sides, that is AB square plus BC square. I am going to repeat both the steps. First of all, draw right angle triangle ABC where angle B is of 90 degree. In triangle ABC, angle ABC is equal to 90 degree, and we are going to prove that hypotenuse square, that is AC square, is equal to the sum of squares of remaining two sides, that is AB square plus BC square. With the help of the given figure, I am not able to prove this proof, and that's why here to prove this theorem we are going to use the similarity concept of right angle triangle, and that's why I want to do one construction, that draw a perpendicular and hypotenuse AC. Suppose BD is the perpendicular on hypotenuse AC. Now the next step is construction. Then in this construction we have taken segment BD is perpendicular on hypotenuse AC or side AC. Now, in the proof, we are going to prove that the statement of Pythagoras theorem, and here we are using the concept of property of similarity in right angle triangles. That's why I am going to write in triangle ABC, angle ABC is of 90 degree, as well as segment BD is perpendicular on segment AC. Therefore, I will get three pairs of angles which are similar to each other. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADB. ADB similar to triangle BDC. Now, this is by similarity in right angle triangle. Here I am not going to write the reason, but try to remember that this statement is by similarity in right angle triangle. Now, I will take the first pair, that suppose this is my statement number 1. From 1, I will get triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADB. Now, here I want AB square. First of all, write all the three pairs of sides. AB is to AD is equal to BC is to DB, that is equal to AC is to AB, corresponding sides of similar triangles. Now, since I want AB square, I will take the first and the last, and therefore AB upon AD is equal to AC upon AB. From this statement which I am going to prove, I have taken first the length AB, and that's why I have selected the pair of sides where the side AB is there, and therefore cross multiplying I will get AB square is equal to AD multiplied by AC. This is my statement number 2. Please remember this from that AB square is equal to AD into AC. Similarly, I will take the next pair, that triangle ABC is also similar to the second triangle, that is triangle BDC. Again write the corresponding sides, that is AB upon BD is equal to BC upon DC, and that is equal to last pair AC upon BC. The reason is corresponding sides of similar triangles. Now I want BC square. Now where it is BC? In these two we will get BC square, and therefore write this again. BC upon DC is equal to AC upon BC, and therefore cross multiplying I will get BC square is equal to I will write first of all DC and then AC. BC multiplied by AC. This is my statement number 3. Now block this statement also. Now we are going to prove that how we will get the result of these two. Now I am going to add statement number 2 and 3. Adding statement number 2 and 3, I will get the next step, and that step I will write here. Now adding statement number 2 and 3, AB square is the side left hand side of second statement plus BC square, that is equal to AD multiplied by AC is the first, plus the second is DC multiplied by AC. Now, in both the statements, AC is common. Take it outside. I have taken AC as common outside. Now into bracket, what is remaining? AD plus DC. Now I have removed the figure. In figure, AD plus BC is also equal to AC, and therefore AC into AC is equal to AC square, and therefore Pythagoras theorem is proved that AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. I am going to repeat it again. Please observe the figure, that in figure, this is our figure. This is triangle ABC. This angle is 90 degree. These two are also, and this is our point D. The first important thing, apply the property of similarity of right angle triangle. That triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADB, similar to triangle BDC. First take this pair, find out the expression related with the side AB square. Then take the first bigger triangle and the last smaller triangle, that is triangle ABC similar to triangle BDC, and write the corresponding sides. Now write the two sides where you will get BC square. BC square is equal to BC into AC. Then add statement number 2 and 3, you will get this expression. At this step, please remember that this is the product of 2 and this is the addition of two brackets. Take AC common outside. Inside the bracket, AD plus BC is remaining, and with the help of betweenness, that is A dash D dash C. A dash D dash C is the betweenness. AD plus DC is also equal to AC. AC into AC is equal to AC square. Here we have completed the proof of Pythagoras theorem. Students, now we are going to complete the proof of converse of Pythagoras theorem. Now we know that in converse, the given and to prove position of antecedent and consequent is changed. Now the given is in triangle ABC, they have given that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. You are going to prove that if this is given, then angle B must be of 90 degree. Now, they have not given here the measure of angle B, and that's why we are going to take the help of another triangle. Let us take triangle PQR such that side PQ is congruent to side AB. Side BC is congruent to side QR, as well as angle Q is of 90 degree. I am going to write the construction. Take triangle PQR such that AB is equal to PQ. Second thing, BC is equal to QR, as well as angle PQR is equal to 90 degree. Now, the proof is given. I am going to apply first of all Pythagoras theorem for the second triangle PQR. In triangle PQR, angle PQR is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, by Pythagoras theorem, write that PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. Now, since in the construction they have given AB is equal to PQ and BC is equal to QR, I am going to substitute those sides, that instead of PQ, I am going to write AB and therefore it is equal to AB square. Instead of QR, I am going to write BC and that's why it is equal to BC square. Now, since by construction AB is PQ, instead of PQ, I have taken AB. Instead of QR, I have taken BC. Now observe the statement in given. They have already given that the addition AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square, and therefore in given they have given the expression, and substituting that value I will get PR square is equal to AC square. And therefore taking square roots, I will get PR is equal to AC. This is my first conclusion, that I have proved that the hypotenuse of both the triangles are congruent to each other. Now observe the two triangles, that triangle ABC and triangle PQR. I can easily prove that both the triangles are congruent to each other. First thing, they have given AB is equal to PQ by construction. BC is equal to QR. Both the statements are with construction. And now here in this statement, I have already proved that PR is equal to AC, and therefore triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by side test of congruency. Now here we have proved that both the triangles are similar to each other. Both the triangles are congruent to each other, and we know that when triangles are congruent to each other, their remaining components are also congruent to each other, and therefore last step, and therefore angle ABC is also congruent to angle PQR, corresponding angles of congruent triangles. But we know that angle PQR is of 90 degree, therefore angle ABC is also of 90 degree, and this is what we are going to prove, that angle ABC is of 90 degree. Now students, in this lecture we have completed 4 important proofs, that similarity of right angle triangles, theorem of geometric mean, Pythagoras theorem, as well as converse of Pythagoras theorem. In our next lecture, we will study practice set 2.1. Thank you.